So this is how you do the NT loop half kneeling hip thrust. Showing you a couple reps, what it looks like in real time, and then we'll talk about the setup. At the top, I really want to make sure I'm getting full hip extension. So I'm driving my hips forward without sticking my belly out. If you stick your belly out, it may be lumbar extension. You may be doing the movement from your lower back. You want to try to get it at your glutes. Knee, hip, head over the knee. It's kind of the general cues. Sit back to your heel. Drive forward. Flex the glute at the top. Focus on driving your hip forward against the band, not your belly. That's harder than it looks. My glute it's really talking to me just doing those few reps there. Now, let's talk about how we set this up. I'm using a strap with a carabiner and using the NT loop anchor strap attached to it. That said, you could do this off of a single wrap, so I could actually wrap the NT loop around that as long as it's a smooth surface. Now, I want the anchor height about the height that you see there. So it's about my mid-shin height is about what you want. From there, I take the NT loop and I pull it all the way up to the top of my thigh. Guys, don't worry about it. The cash and prizes will be fine. All right? From here, now, I place my pad. You don't need a pad, but obviously it's nice to have some extra comfort. Far enough out to where I have the appropriate tension. Obviously, the further out I go, the more tension I get. I'm going to get right over that knee. So if I want more tension, I can just slide out a little further, no problem. I have the anchor directly behind my working side glute. This leg goes out. So now all my weight is on that leg. I can pick this leg up if I want, although I'm not recommending balancing like that. Back toe is curled under, not flat. Gives you a little more leverage. And then it's pretty self-explanatory after that. Just sit back on your heel from here as far as you can, and then I reverse that. So this will be called hip flexion. Then I do the opposite. I want to drive this hip forward against the band. Now you could go hands here, that's really personal preference. It's really what's happening here. Now, you may have seen this exercise done before, but you've seen it done with the band around the waist. Here. Will that work? Sure. It's a heck of a lot better, because you want to maximize your time and effectiveness of the exercise. When the weight is so high, weight meaning the resistance I'm working against, and I'm bending, all the weight's up here. I want to get the weight against where the motion is, and I'm focusing on one leg at a time. This setup gives you more direct tension against the glute that you're trying to work, and allows you to focus on one side at a time. And I invite you to try both. You will see for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I always say to people, don't trust me, test me. Try it yourself. Put it around your thigh. You'll feel it immediately more work at that glute. And then, of course, when I want to switch sides, I go ahead and do that. Now, this is going to be the last tip. Watch what I do to switch sides. I just drop this, come out of it. So instead of holding it up and trying to get my leg in there, or going like this and getting tension and trying to risk tripping, no problem. Look, let it hang. Like that, look, and then step in. And then make sure it's flat, and then there you go. When you come out, take the tension off, just grab it, let it hang. And you come out. That's one of the reasons why we made these NT loops 10 inches longer than the regular super bands, so they're a lot easier to get in and out of when you're doing thigh-resisted or waist-resisted exercises.